Welcome back to Speak Up on the CW Philly. I'm Dave Huddleston in this morning for Natasha Brown. The Police Athletic League of Philadelphia is soliciting donations through text message. Supporters can now text the word PAL to 56624 to donate $5. You can also visit www.phillypal.com. Joining me this morning to talk about the campaign and some of the other services PAL offers is their campaign and development coordinator, Joe Elkis. Along with Joe is police officer Ernie Rear. He is the director of Rizzo PAL Center. Thank you to both of you for being with us.
Thank you.
This is, Joe, we'll start with you. This is a great way for people to donate to PAL if they can't make it to the luncheon or the dinner or some of the other activities that you guys do throughout the year.
Exactly. It's really easy. It takes about 5 minutes. All you do, like you said, is text PAL to 56624 to donate our default amount, which is $5. Once you receive a confirmation text that your pledge was received, you'll receive temporary login information, and you can then go on to Zipwire's website and complete your donation that way.
And this is in conjunction with Zipwire, which has set up this fantastic way for you to get donations from some of the people who understand the fantastic things you guys are doing with PAL.
Right.
And not only just $5. If you want to donate more, you can, right?
Exactly. The minimum donation is $1. Like I said, our default is $5, but you can donate up to as much as $500.
Okay, $500. That's good. And that could really make a difference in some of the PAL centers that are doing some great stuff. Which brings us to Officer Rear, who directs the PAL, Rizzo PAL, one of the best PAL centers in the city of Philadelphia. Tell us some of the great things you guys are doing up there.
Well, the Rizzo PAL Center is in Port Richmond in Philadelphia, and the stuff that we do at PAL for the boys and girls of the city of Philadelphia, ages 5 through 18, everything from the gym, where we do basketball and soccer, to our game rooms, to our after-school homework clubs and our computer labs. And then also at Rizzo PAL, which I love to talk about, we have our dance program, we have the citywide wrestling program, girls positive image program. There's so much for the kids to do at PAL.
That girls positive image, I've done some stories with you on that in the past, and that organization and that group or club into itself at PAL has changed lives.
Well, PAL for so many years was all about the boys. When it first started, it was boys, 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 boys. But then as the times have gone along in the 80s and the 90s, more girls have started to participate. And not a lot of sports, but they would just come in and just hang around. What can we do to have things for the girls to participate in? Well, the Positive Image Girls program is just fantastic. Everything from cooking lessons to sewing lessons, but besides that, to crafts, arts and crafts, to bringing in guest speakers, of which so many of the local news women come in and talk to the girls about their lives, about the peer pressures that they had, and then talk about especially education. Always hammering education to our young boys, but our young ladies especially, that the world is theirs. My big thing at the Rizzo PAL is, when you empower a child, the possibilities are endless. Yeah. And in PAL, not only at Rizzo, but all throughout PAL and all the officers, we have endless possibilities in the children for their future.
And I think, Officer, you were talking about not just the sports, but the after-school help for school activities as well. That's one of the things that you guys do that's phenomenal.
So many of the kids come in, they're in school all the time and with the same kids. Then they come to PAL, but they still need help so they can succeed.
Right.
And we have a lot of volunteers that help us in our initiative to supporting the children in their school as well as the high schools and then the colleges. So many of the PAL kids, they're with us for 5, 6, 8, 12 years, and then they go on to college and they wind up getting scholarships. It's so important. Kids today need to have that goal, especially now, not only high school, but college.
And Joe, the donations that you make through your text message go to help some of these great programs, correct?
Absolutely. It goes directly to the kids, and it supports every program that we have.
And, not only just at Rizzo PAL, but some of the other PAL centers as well, because they're all over the city.
Right. We have 26 centers right now. We serve thousands of kids, and they're all throughout Philadelphia. So it really, the money goes a long way.
And it really does help a lot of the kids, because a lot of them are maybe lower income or needy families, and they can't afford to do maybe some of the activities that they would be able to do otherwise, wouldn't be able to do otherwise.
Absolutely, yeah. Our centers are located in some of the city's most underserved areas, so PAL is a really great outlet for them to get involved in.
We were talking, Officer Rear, about just changing lives. We've done some stories in the past about some young man who was involved in the wrestling program or some activity at one of the PAL centers, and how it just changed their lives completely.
Oh, absolutely. The biggest thing about all that kind of stuff is PAL's free. So you're talking about the money, where it goes to. It goes to support the PAL program. We offer everything that we have for free to the kids. And each PAL center is run by a police officer or policewoman. So you have a police officer, policewoman as a friend, as a mentor, as a role model to all the children. And I can't tell you how many times I'm out and I'll see an adult, meaning over 18, up to 30 or more, say, Officer Ernie, you're there. Oh, I was your kid way back when. It's pretty real. It's really neat to have a kid come up and say, hey, you really had fun when I was a PAL, and what's going on now? I got a kid now who's 6. Can I bring him back?
Wow.
And that's really rewarding when you have one of your former kids now are bringing their kids back to PAL.
All right, we're going to talk a lot more about this with Joe Elkis and Officer Ernie Rear coming up. You're watching Speak Up on the CW Philly. Welcome back to Speak Up on the CW Philly. I'm Dave Huddleston, in this morning for Natasha Brown. My guests this morning are from the Police Athletic League of Philadelphia. Joe Elkis is their campaign and development coordinator, and she's joining us along with Police Officer Ernie Rear, who is the director of Rizzo PAL Center. We're talking about the brand new mobile giving campaign. Welcome back to both of you. Joe, why did you guys come up with this campaign?
It's a good way to reach a new audience. We have a very active board within Philadelphia, but it's just kind of a new creative way to reach other people who might be, a little bit younger, maybe not as familiar with PAL, maybe not as able to support as much as they would like to. But again, any donation can help.
And we were talking about how the donations go to all of the PAL centers. Not just the great Rizzo PAL Center in Port Richmond.
But I can spend the money, that's for sure. On the kids, not the cops, on the kids.
Officer Ernie, we were talking about you've been at Rizzo for more than 20 years.
20 years, my 20th year.
So you've seen a lot of people come through there. Tell us about some of the memorable...
The rewarding aspect of being at one location for so many years is the fact that now the kids from the early 90s have grown up, gone on and get jobs, married, and now they're having kids. I've got about 30 to 50 second-generation PAL kids of my own, which is really cool. And just recently, we had our 20th annual Kids vs. the Parents game, and I had 7 former PAL kids of mine that played basketball against their 5, 6, 7, 8-year-old son or daughter in a game, and it was just really rewarding. And then I let everybody know at the game, because there's about 250 people attending the final game and awards and everything, that these 7 that are out there playing the last game are former PAL kids of mine that thought enough of PAL to bring their kids back to let me be a coach to them. And
I keep honing in on this just because I've seen it myself, and I can't imagine how many people that you've seen were they couldn't afford to do other activities that other kids may have gotten the chance to, but PAL was free to them. They could come, they could get help in their school, they could do some sporting events, and really put their lives on a different path than maybe someone who didn't participate in PAL.
We get that all the time, not only at my center, but all the PAL centers. The fact that PAL is free, and that they really couldn't afford to have their kid go to the local Boys and Girls Club or whatever it is and pay money. They couldn't afford it, especially if you have 2, 3, or 4 kids involved too. So they bring their kids down and they participate in all the programs that PAL has to offer. And it's like I said, it is rewarding for us to give that little boy or girl a trophy for the first time, or just a pat on the head saying great job, way to go, and then doing their homework, and they bring their homework report cards in and say, look, I got an A on my test that you helped me out with. So the volunteers that we have at PAL, and a lot of the homework club, or a lot of our high school kids come and volunteer their time to help the younger kids, the grade school kids out doing their homework. So there's a lot of give back with kids who have been in PAL in their younger years, then they go on to high school, and then they want to come back and give back to PAL as well.
See, that's phenomenal. And that's where these donations, Joe, really can help out.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, every program is free, so it's all funded by, our generous supporters, and this is just another way that we think could be very beneficial for PAL and all the kids that we serve.
And like you said, touching a group that may not be able to make it to one of the other big events that or gala or dinner or luncheon that you may have, but they can still make a contribution to PAL.
Exactly. It's really easy. Anyone that has a cell phone can do it.
And everyone has a cell phone these days.
So all you do is text PAL to 56624 to make a $5 or more donation. and you just log in with your temporary login information, and they'll take you from there.
All right, and we'll put that information, as you can see it right there on the screen right now, and on our website. Text PAL to 56624. Donate $5, all the way up to $500 if you want. That would be very generous, and we would definitely appreciate that. Officer Ernie could, like you said, spend that money easily on a new program or something, so that would be great. That would be really fantastic. Well, we thank you both for being with us.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And Officer Ernie, keep up the good work. I hope you got another 20 years in you to help.
I hope so, too.
You know what? Knowing you, you probably do. You got a lot of energy to help a lot of kids, and are really doing a lot for our community.
Thanks, Dave.
Appreciate it. Well, that wraps up today's show. Thanks a lot for all of our guests for being with us this morning. We invite you to be our guests each and every Sunday right here on Speak Up on the CW Philly. I'm Dave Huddleston, in for Natasha Brown. We hope you have a great Sunday, and we'll see you later tonight at 10 on the CW Philly at 10 p.m.